The Man in the Iron Mask. Frasquita Carlos, having discovered the amazing likeness between Edmond Marchiali and King Louis XIV of France, feels that perhaps she might be able to turn this knowledge to her own advantage. And so she goes to the king and tells him. The king, vain and spoiled, is at first annoyed that anyone should think that there is a person in France who resembles him. But when Frasquita convinces him that the likeness is amazing, he informs Letellier that perhaps the man might be useful to him.
Yes, Letellier. We shall pay a visit to Gascoigne. A secret visit.
As you say, Your Majesty, but...
Yes?
A moment while I question the woman further. You're quite sure this extraordinary likeness does exist? If the king undertook the journey and found that you'd been making a mistake, the consequences might be very serious for you.
In my letter, sir, I wrote that I would be willing to risk my life. Also, if it pleases the king, I hope he will remember me if my information is of any value.
The king always rewards those who render service. You can withdraw, woman.
Yes, sir.
A moment. So, you're Spanish?
Yes.
What is the Infanta like, Maria Teresa?
She is short, Your Majesty.
Oh, short?
She has dark eyes. She dresses very quietly, and she is a very good woman. Twice a day she goes to her devotion.
Is she pleased with the prospect of coming here to France?
I do not know, Your Majesty. Naturally, she is happy in her homeland amongst her own people. And so long as she is left to her prayers, nothing else seems to matter.
I see. Very well, you may withdraw and... Oh, by the way, this visit of mine must be kept secret. You understand?
Oh, yes, Your Majesty.
Nobody must know. Not even those of the household of Senmar.
I will respect your wishes, Your Majesty.
And now you may go.
Yes, Your Majesty.
A good woman. A nice prospect for me, I must say.
She has all the qualities that make for a queen, Your Majesty.
What? Short? Oh, she looked like an acorn on the throne. And if she dresses quietly, she'll be very much out of place in the court of Paris.
Still, Your Majesty, it is to you to whom the people look. She is just a necessary political move.
Quite true. But if she's all this woman says, and there's someone like me in Gascoigne, so much like me that it's hard to tell the difference, well, perhaps he may prove a very useful servant. Give orders, Letellier, and arrange a journey straight away. And remember, not a word to anybody, not even the Cardinal.
But if Cardinal Mazarin finds out...
The Cardinal's busy in Paris with his affairs. Also his niece, the lovely Maria, is there. So he'll be content that we're apart. Tell me, Letellier, why doesn't the Cardinal like my attentions as far as his niece is concerned?
Oh, it's difficult to say, Your Majesty, except that... Well, there have been so many women in your life already. All have been thrown aside. Perhaps the Cardinal feels that this may be the fate of his niece.
Oh, Letellier, if he only knew she responds, Letellier. Oh, that's why I'm so anxious to rid myself of this dancer. Well, that's why I dread the coming of the good woman from Spain. Yes, it seems when she comes that we shall have vespers in our bedchamber every night and prayers every morning. What it is to make sacrifices for your country.
Oh, it is you, Father.
Maria, the special ambassador from France is here. I want you to come with me at once and discuss details concerning your journey to France.
Yes, Father. I've just come from Vespers. Oh, Father, as I sit here in this lovely walled garden, the world shut out, I wonder why it is that I have been chosen to make France and Spain happy.
You will be Queen of France? You realize that, Maria?
I would rather have my walled garden, the quiet, the birds, and my chapel. Father, is it true what they say about the extravagances in the court of Paris?
France is a prosperous country. The taxes are heavy, and the king has a great deal of money to spend. I'm told that his trappings are magnificent.
They feast from 7 in the evening until 3 the next morning at a long table. The king and the entire court. And no one will leave that table, I am told, until the king has drunk himself under it.
Maria, who has been telling you these fanciful stories?
Oh, they aren't fanciful, they're true. Oh, Father, I know you are trying to allay all my fears. I know nothing of this kind of life. I have been brought up in a convent. I have lived in seclusion. And now I am to be the finisher of all eyes, the Queen of France. Queen of a king with 100 lovers. Oh, Father, there only is some way out.
Oh, do not cry, my dear. It is true, I've heard rumors, but never believe a rumor until you are faced with the facts. And one can never tell. Perhaps the wholesomeness and the sweetness which is you and which is Spain may reform this wanton king. Perhaps yours is a heaven-sent mission.
Only have you taken leave of your senses to burst in like this, and without knocking, indeed.
But, monsieur, we have visitors, royal visitors.
Royal visitors?
Yes, monsieur. The king. It is the king.
The king of France. Monsieur.
Will you come, monsieur? I was so confounded I was beside myself. I didn't know what to do. I didn't dare ask the entourage to wait. Already they are coming up the steps and into the hallway.
But of course, that is as it should be. King of France, monsieur. Give orders to the servants to prepare food and wine at once. Where is Monsieur Raymond?
In the drawing room with the Spanish governess.
Tell him to go to his room at once and to stay there until I send for him. Tell him that quickly.
Yes, monsieur.
Your Majesty, this is an honor. The greatest honor that has ever been conferred on me in my house.
You are so similar.
Yes, Your Majesty. I had the honor, the great honor of being at your court 3 years ago. I most humbly hope that you can remember me.
Oh, yes, but of course I remember you now that you're on your feet once again. You were presented by my Lord Cardinal.
That is right, Your Majesty. You come this way. I am terribly unprepared. I had no idea, but I have the servants busy. Soon there will be food and wine, everybody comfortable. Your Majesty, if you will come this way.
Oh, thank you. You know Letellier?
By name only. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
There are hot, dusty roads in Gascoigne. We all need wine to wash the dust from our skirts.
Yes, but the others can stay here. Gentlemen, if you'll remain seated here for a little while, I have some business to discuss with some...
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yes. It's a comfortable home, Mama.
It has not the elegance of the Parisian houses, Your Majesty, but I am a man of the country.
Yes, so I see.
If you will be seated here, Your Majesty, near the fire. I've already given orders for food and wine.
Where is your ward?
Huh? Oh, 1,000 pardons, Your Majesty, but
You didn't reply to His Majesty.
But I didn't quite catch what you said, sir.
Your ward. What's his name, Letellier?
Edmund Marchiali.
Oh, yes, Edmund Marchiali. Where is he? I want to see him.
Sorry,
Why the hesitation? You're keeping your king waiting. The king has come here specially to see Edmund Marchiali.
To see my ward?
Yes.
But, Your Majesty, my ward is just a country peasant.
I want to see Edmund Marchiali. If you waste the king's time any further, you'll incur his extreme displeasure.
Yes, Your Majesty. Certainly, Your Majesty. But why this interest? I mean, my ward couldn't possibly be of any interest to so high a personage as you.
Do you want to be placed under arrest, Samar?
Yes, sir.
Then do as you're told at once.
Certainly, sir.
Henri. Henri. I come, sire.
Yes, sire?
Ask Monsieur Edmund to come down here at once. The king is waiting.
Yes, sir. At once, sire.
Samar, and why are you so reticent about your ward?
Am I reticent, sire?
Reticent? It would seem almost that you don't want him to be presented to me.
I'm quite certain of that. The beads of perspiration on your forehead, Samar. Of what are you frightened?
Your Majesty, when you see my ward, you will understand. And please don't blame me. It wasn't my doing. I swear it wasn't my doing.
What wasn't your doing?
The fact that I raised this boy to manhood. Some may condemn me. You perhaps may send me to the gallows. But, monsieur, I did what I was told. I obeyed one far higher than myself. One who almost ranks with you.
With me? To whom are you referring?
My Lord Cardinal Mazarin. He gave the child to me. And when you see him, you will understand why.
So the King of France is on the threshold of a mighty secret. In a moment or so, he and Edmund Marchiali will be face to face. What is the relationship between the king and the young man from Gascogne? And what will be the result of this interview? Make sure you hear the next absorbing chapter of The Man in the Iron Mask.